Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at Street Dance Girl Fighter Season 1 excerpts from the final episode. This is going to pertain to their round 2 performances. Also, I'm very excited to show this because it is the last time we're going to be seeing some of these groups, and it's also a really great opportunity for us to see where they started to where they finished. And I just really very much enjoyed the entirety of the season. If there is a particular critique that I give or something in my feedback that seems a little bit strange or confusing, good chance it may have to deal with certain context I was addressing from earlier in the episode, because like I said, I've been doing full episode reactions to not just season 1 but season 2 of Street Dance Girl Fighter. So if you are intrigued about my interpersonal thoughts throughout certain dialogues or monologues that take place between members and mentors, you can check it out there. But let's go ahead and check it out.
Ooh.
Get up, who we are, energy like taco, power like a mago. Get up, that's we, fire up like a mago. Trumpets going up and louder, louder. Get up, the time is coming up. Change the universe, move east, west, south, north, spread 'em up. The time is coming up. Universe, move east, west,
I
south,
love
north, spread 'em
this.
up.
Ooh.
Repost it like you broke, don't forget to click the story. 조회수 holy, two-prayer emoji. Illuminati watching, they've been watching 모두 boldest. 예수는 GG, my first love story. Follow me, follow me.
Love that. They're definitely on the cleaner side here. Great set from them.
Follow you, look at me, swipe that good. Follow me, follow me. It's key, honestly tastes so good. Follow you, follow you. Look at me, swipe that.
Ooh. Wow. That was really, really cool. I think it was definitely very clean from them. I think like the beginning was very captivating. My note though is you could tell that some of their musicality stemmed to be a little bit more on the predictable side for sure. But I mean, nonetheless though, their synchronicity was definitely something they used to their advantage here. I love the usage of the fans in the beginning. Yeah, get up and with the head nod, super fun to see. And then having it cut across was a really great moment. Fanning it down, having their own vibe. I love that energy and their poise and their poses and their levels. And then bringing it through really nice and like I've said, in the synchronicity, 1, 2, 3. So they have 5. It is interesting choice in the formations. Could be because of the transition, where they have one of them as a feature. That's probably why they had it that way. So I do love this motion. Notice the cleanliness of the hands really help capture the essence of this particular part of their formation, because I love the quickness of the feet, but we have such poise and elegance behind the different poses that they're giving, and it's really nice. The energy there, the crossover with the framing to the outside, dropping it down. I thought this was so fun to see that cross, and then bringing that leg over was really enjoyable, sliding it through. Now, I know we've gone back now to the fans. I think we could have made a potentially different formation or different dynamic decision, because it does tend to look a bit more on the, what's the word? It feels a bit, I need to learn how to English today. Here we go. This feels a bit replicated, like we've already kind of seen this before, and so it doesn't quite have this enchantment about it like it did in the beginning. Here, that was a really nice fold down, but notice it needed just a tad bit of refinement, like that bit right there. Bringing it back in. Very clear on the direction for all of them in order to make sense. Maybe turning them into more of a spherical approach, so we kind of create a nice shape out of it. That could be a really interesting thing to pursue with that section. But I mean, all in all, this is very nice. I love the energy they gave from down and back up. This feels like a very clean, more laid back, chill version of what we saw from Team Hook from finals of Street Dance Girl Fighter. They had more, it was more, there was more depth to theirs. It was very grounded, really gave that Wolf Flow heaviness, and I do know the affiliation between the two groups, but seeing this here, this is a very like synchronized version. They have some refinement, and there's more of the posing, the essence of more of the cultural traditional side, which I really like. So they both, it kind of showcases fingerprints of both, and I really like that. It's super fun. Melding it through the initiation of a little bit of some, I think, Cobra they were trying to do, but I wouldn't even equate it to that. The energy of her walking through. I love her poise and just her posture. She presents herself forward, dropping it down. She did lose her balance ever so slightly based on how she dropped because she wasn't centered, and how she got into the position did feel like she was compensating for the momentum she was getting coming down. But notice that here, it's a da-da-da, da-da-da, doom, and even bleeding into the next 8 count, we're not registering all of these other layers. We're kind of hanging out on this one layer a tad bit too long, especially for the duration of the kind of track this is. But I really like what they did, though. I like the waves out, creating multiple levels. That was nice. I think that was my only note for that particular section, was really thinking about just hearing or tinkering with other layers outside of just the one that would give me like do-do-do. Boom, that layer. But it was really nice. It was interpreted well. Love bringing it down. They do tend to cater more towards unison choreography, but using dynamics to make it feels a little bit like textbook in comparison. They're not taking as many risks. They did in their first part of their set, but here it feels more, okay, we're going to do unison choreo, we're going to mirror it though, or we're going to all transition. There's more transitions that carry the forefront of this section, which does create variety. But it could stem from, because they already established the second half of their set, not really predictable, but a bit on the stagnant side because we were chilling on a layer for too long. A lot of their choices are starting to teeter a little bit that way. Not saying that they're bad choices at all. It could just be what sets this one in the position it ends up being in with the play values. But I love that just the synchronicity is very, very pleasant to see, and I'm very much a fan of it, because that is one of the downsides whenever you had the crews formed from individual members with the second season, is you didn't have quite this level of crispness from any of the groups. I would say the only exception is 1 Million, but we really saw their height of that from their challenge right before the finals, their semi-challenge. So, but seeing Newnion, they've been very consistent on the synchronicity side. That's a great quality to have from the trials. So that's something that we really is enjoyable to appreciate from the final side. Love the energy of my center crossing over and out, establishes our feature for the duration. I notice there's these pauses, and I think that's another thing I'm picking up here, is we have these pauses in between the ends of their movements, so we're not really utilizing the presence or the feeling or essence in between these key moments in their choreography. It feels like here's choreo, we're stopping for a second, we're having more choreo, versus here's our choreo, here's a moment that we're sharing to showcase and tie you back into this, a breath moment, and then we're going to showcase this other choreography that we've tailored in by using this breath. I think that's another thing that I'm observing here with their choreo. I love that here, do-do-do, really nice in the peel-ups here, kicks through, bringing it around. But notice we're back to that unison. I love that choice where she bleeds it in on the middle. They come up and wind up from that middle. Then we have our outside come in to join, draping it through. I do like these tassels. I don't know, did they have those on the whole time? Oh, they're all wearing slightly different. I do like the pull with the run through, digging through, boom, boom. Very tasteful to see the groove in the pocket done in this way. That pull, diving down, boom. Bring it up, boom. I love this. Sliding it through and dropping, switching it up. And how they finish, I love that shing and having this overlap. This is just it's such a very tasteful finish, you know, because you got a bunch of different angles represented, but they're taking care of the angle through the fingertips, and that's something I'm very much a fan of, because a lot of times when we see people do tuts, we either neglect the fingers or we don't quite have the flexibility to justify the level of the tut that they're going for, or it feels a bit overcurved. So this was very appreciated on my end in the realm of tutting. So they should score pretty well here. My gut tells me they're probably going to be the one to beat outside of turns. I think they're going to be top 2 at the end of this. I know turns wins, of course, but I do think that this group Newnion is going to be top 3 for sure, because this performance was wonderful, and I don't think anybody is going to score significantly higher than them in terms of synchronicity or other elements, unless they just bring God themselves, right? I mean, when you really think about it, they got second in the social media event. They also got a 272, which was about 5, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So around like 6 points difference between them and turns. So it is actually a pretty close match between Newnion and turns. It does feel that turns is definitely like going higher and higher, but it is a very close match between them. So that's who's going to come between. I do know turns takes it, but I don't know if it's going to be by a large margin. We're going to see though.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out any more full episode reactions of the Street Fighter series, I have been doing full episodes to both Season 1 and Season 2 of Street Dance Girl Fighter. I also have a ton of content that tailors to Street Woman Fighter and Street Man Fighter, specifically certain challenges that didn't make their way to YouTube. I have all of that in a nice pretty folder called Block Content, so you can go check it out there. I also analyze a wider range of content, including D-League from Japan, which is the professional dance crew league, as well as many different types of K-pop groups, and I have quite a few marathons that are actively happening right now, as well as finished. So if you're somebody who likes to binge a lot of analysis and content, hopefully I have something that could interest you there. But if you're okay with just seeing what comes out on YouTube every day, I'm totally welcoming of that, and I always appreciate discussions on both sides. Once again, I am Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.